Welcome to Brain Vision.
In this problem, you immerse a heating unit with a power of 65 watts in 0.78 kilogram of some unknown material, of a material of unknown heat capacity, and you want to find the heat capacity of this material. So after 120 seconds of heating, then the temperature of the material raises from 18.55 to 22.54 degrees Celsius. And so we can from the power and the time and the amount of time that the material is heated up, then we can find the amount of heat transfer to the material. So heat transfer to the material is power times time. And this is equal to 65 joule per second times 120 seconds. And this is equal to 800 joules. So assuming that there's no heat transfer to the container, then all of this heat will go to heat up the material of interest. So we can use Q equals to N times C times delta T, and this is equal to M is the mass is 0.78 kilograms times delta T, which is equal to 3.99 degrees Celsius times the heat capacity, and this should be equal to the amount of heat that we just calculated here, 700 joules. We divide both sides by this number. C would be equal to 7,800 joules divided by 0.78 times 3.99. And this is equal to approximately 2,500 joule per kilogram C. Now, the second part of the question asks if the amount of heat transfer to the container cannot be ignored, then what would happen to our calculated value of the heat capacity? Well, if this amount of heat, just imagine, if this amount of heat is also transferred to the container, then the amount of heat transfer to the material the actual amount of heat transfer to the material will be smaller than 7,800 joules. So Q actual is going to be smaller than 7,800 joules. And so if we put this back into this equation, then the actual heat capacity will be smaller than 700 divided by 0.78 times 3.99. And so it's going to be smaller than 2,500. Simply because not all the generated heat will go to heat up the material. It's going to go to some of the heat is going to heat up the container, and so the actual heat capacity of the material will be smaller than our calculated value.